Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Tea Time Tuesday. I hope you are enjoying that lovely music. It's just getting us ready for spring because spring is here. Welcome to Tea Time Tuesday, everybody. We're excited that you're joining in. We want to welcome all of our tea timers that are viewing us here on Facebook Live, and even those that are joining us over there on YouTube. We're excited that we're over there on YouTube. So make sure that you have liked us and have subscribed to us so you could stay abreast on everything that we're doing over there as well. So once again, welcome to everybody. And it is the first day of spring. I'm loving it. I am actually loving it. We're excited here at the Renewal Center. First day of spring. And hello, Michelle. It's good to see you. Happy first day of spring, everybody. You can see all those beautiful flowers and all of the beautiful butterflies. I'm telling you, it's just a wonderful season to be a part of, and we're excited that we are embracing spring today. Beautiful outside. The sun is shining where I'm at, and I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to what other things that spring has to bring our way. Hello, Kimberly. I see you're watching. It's good to see you too, and we're glad that everyone is here. We hope that everyone has their tea. We are hopeful that you have your journal because we're going to be doing some renewal practices today. And then hope you have invited your friends or family member to join us today. This is the perfect time to go ahead and send them the link. Tell them to join us today. Go ahead and share it on your platforms to let everybody know that the Renewal Center is on the air. Hello, Patrick, our executive director, watching. Greetings to you too this morning. It's good to see you. Yes, I am Renewal. Okay, well, this is good. We're going to go into our awareness that we are always focusing on here at the Renewal Center, one thing or the next. It is National History Month for Women, National Women's History Month. And so what we talk about here at the Renewal Center during this month is just to take the time. Taking the time to just honor and to celebrate the many achievements, all of the contributions and all of the accomplishments that women has made, especially the contributions to our families, our communities, our society, and the world around us. So we're excited about celebrating National Women's History Month. We got a couple more weeks left, and so we encourage you to find a way to celebrate National Women's History Month wherever you are. So this is really exciting. And while we are actually talking about that in spring, thought it would be kind of appropriate to bring a spring-like type tea. Well, how many of you can use a little bit of a soothing tea? So our tea of the week is chamomile tea. There it is right there with the little flower. Chamomile tea is known as the Matriaria camellia origin, which actually originates from Europe and Asia. Chamomile is an herbal tea that comes from the dried chamomile flowers. This is one right there on the screen. And if you steep it and you can add your sweetener of choice, it makes a delectable, calming tea. So our Renewal Center's tea of the week is chamomile tea. Hope you guys are enjoying the tea that you are having. I see that there's Monique out there. Hi, Monique. It's good to see you this afternoon. We have a newcomer, Asama Domino. It's good to see you. Thank you for joining us on Tea Time Tuesday today. Yes, I'm so excited that you're joining in with us. It is springtime. And with springtime comes renewal, all of blossoming and blooming. So we're excited about that. Go ahead and put in the chat what you're drinking this morning. What's your tea of choice? And while you're doing that, those that just come on, make sure you're sharing this with others. Hello, Chanel. It's good to see you joining in with us this morning. See that you're watching. Okay, while you're doing that, hi, Shantice. It's good to see you. Good afternoon over there on YouTube. Okay. Hi, Chanel. Good to see you. So while you're putting your drink of choice, your tea of choice, we're going to get ourselves situated and we're going to locate ourselves. So those of you that are new to Tea Time Tuesday, that's a time for us just to kind of relax and regroup ourselves for the day and locate where we are. Hi, Verlina. It's good to see you. And Kimberly, I see that you're putting some tea out there for us to notice what you're drinking. So this is exciting. It's good to see everybody's joining in this morning. Monique, I am Renewal. Yes. And Kimberly has hibiscus tea. Let's see who else is chiming in this morning. Oh, hello, Crystal. Good to see you too. Thank you for joining us today on YouTube. And Michelle, she's having coffee, hazelnut coffee. All right, Michelle. It's good to see everybody this morning. Shantice has peppermint tea. All right, everybody is on board. We're going to take a few minutes to locate ourselves, and then we're going to go into our renewal practices for today. So just take a moment to take some deep breath and bring a sense of calm into your office or whatever space that you're in. I hope that you are settled and ready for our day. This is a relaxing time. I've enjoyed my time looking at the beautiful ocean. And so the next voice you hear is Hope. She's going to come in with our renewal practice. Hi, Charlisa. It's good to see you today.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Carmela, and happy first day of spring to you. Good afternoon to all of our tea timers. Welcome to Tea Time Tuesday. Just excited to be here with all of you. I want to give you a chance to get your journals out. If you're able to, please get out your journals because we're going to be doing some journaling today, which is one of my favorite things to do. Make sure that you have your coffee and your tea and ready. I hope that you have shared and liked the broadcast. I'm definitely excited for spring. Spring is one of the most exciting times for me because I'm a spring baby. And so I love spring. And so, again, welcome the first day of spring. And this is just such an excitement. We get to see the flourishing of the flowers and the trees, and things become green and things are being renewed. And so I'm just so excited to be here with all of you. How are you doing over there, Carmela?
I'm doing pretty good. I have a great view of outside, and it's just so pretty over here. So I'm enjoying myself.
All right. All right, very good. Well, welcome, tea timers. We're just gonna get right to it. Hope you again that you guys have your journals, that you have your journals today, and we are going to go ahead and start. I'm just excited. So we're just gonna be talking about a season of renewal. And so we have entered into a time of renewal. It is springtime. We ought to get excited. If you're excited about spring, go ahead and make some comments. If you're excited about what's going to take place during your time of spring and renewal, go ahead and engage in the comments. We're looking forward to your engagement. A season of renewal, and just going to talk about some things this afternoon regarding some journaling things that I want to kind of focus in and hone in on, that we just want to share with all of you during this season of renewal. And so here we're just going to talk about what this really means. And so I know that we've come out of the winter months. You know, it's been cold, it's been brisk, we've experienced that, every year we go through our winter months, which it actually brings a lot of great time, a lot of great holidays, spending time with family. Now we're in the place, the first day of spring here. And so we are excited about the flourishing of things that are that's getting ready to unfold, that are currently unfolding in our lives. And so I'm just excited about it. Carmela, what's your thoughts regarding just this fresh renewal, this time of spring, just the
Mhm.
renewal part? What's your thoughts on that, Carmela?
I like the fact that everything is kick-starting again. And it's like a
Yeah.
time to start over, a time to jump in and keep going. And, I am a tulip and a daffodil person. So when I see tulips and daffodils, I mean, that is like the introduction of spring to me. So I love spring. It's one of my favorite seasons where everything is just blooming around me and it's so picturesque. Like fall, I like fall too, but
Mm-hmm.
spring is so picturesque and so beautiful with the introduction of something new.
Yeah.
It's something new, and like
Yes.
renewing it, renewing is to have newness all over again, to start
Mm-hmm.
again. So I love that.
Yeah, this is good, and I'm glad you said it about newness, because spring is
Yeah.
a time of renewal. It's a time of
Hmm.
growth. It
Yeah.
offers fresh opportunities, fresh perspectives, that we can, just reflect on our journey and have that time to appreciate these beautiful days that are ahead of us. And
Hmm.
so we just want, again, we're talking about a season of renewal. And the first thing that I want to talk about during our season of renewal, that is important to us in this time, is just also, not that one, I'm sorry, just a reflection of beauty, and taking time to reflect. Okay. And so this is a time that we are taking time to reflect on what is before us, the beauty of reflection. And so I just want you guys to go ahead and chime in. What is important to you when you think about reflection? What do you think about? What is it that you think about when you think about reflection? And so this is a time that we're looking forward to. What, again, just the opportunity to move forward in something new, whether that be on your job, whether that be in your home. We're just embracing the new season. One thing I like about seasons is that seasons, they change, but they also come around again. So we experience this, as through life and our journey, the seasons of spring, the seasons of summer, the seasons of winter. And so even in this time of spring, again, it's just that awakening. And how important is self-reflection for you? And this is going to be some journaling involved. So I hope that you're able to journal. Hope that you have your tea time journal out, because I'm going to just want to ask thought-provoking questions as we enter into this new season, just to ensure that we are, taking time to pause and reflect on what we are getting ready to, kind of enter into. And so I see some comments coming in. Monique says, I'm excited about the season of spring and all that comes with this time of emerging. All right. Charlisa says, I enjoy the beauty of the season, to see the things that we have working behind the scenes and sprouting forth now. Absolutely. Thank you guys for sharing that. Go ahead and chime in on just the importance of reflection. And so when we say reflection, what you kind of, the comment kind of nifty, because it was like kind of what are you looking forward to during this time of spring? And I want you to take time to just even, like, take the time to write in the journal, even ask the question. The thing about journaling is that you can have an opportunity to go back and add. You can have the opportunity to go back and kind of just take your time, so it's nothing that you're rushing. Okay, so my question is, and Carmel, I want you to chime in at any time, is how can you introduce yourself to fresh new perspectives? Like, what are we doing to introduce ourselves to the freshness of fresh new things? Just like we see that fresh flower, we see that daffodil, we see the grasses that are coming that are actually coming up and merging. And so the question I have, and it's just a kind of a, you can chime in, but it's also a question of journaling is how can you introduce yourself to something fresh? What are we doing, like, to introduce ourselves to something fresh, something new, something innovative in this season? I see some comments coming in. I'm going to go ahead and go to the comments. All right, I see. Patrick says, when I am in reflection, asking myself, where am I, my headspace, and what I am doing, and how I am being. Thank you so much for sharing that, Patrick. What's your view, Carmela, on just the reflection and just discovery during this time of spring?
Yes, and you said one of the words I was going to say, and that is discovering. And one of the things about reflection is, for me, is to pull. Well, sometimes people may say it's reminiscing, but for me, it's just to really ponder about some things I can extract from maybe what took place, or how can I use this new information to move forward. Looking at what went great about this, what went really good, or how can I improve things, and just pondering, pulling out the good things out of different things. And I love the fact that when we take the time to reflect, we're focusing on just that one thing. And so when you're focusing on just that one thing, you're able to see, well, what new things can I do? I love the fact that when we take the time to journal like we're doing now, it causes us to think deeply than just thinking on the surface of things. And so I like the fact that we're reflecting today.
Wow, that's good. Thank you so much for sharing that. I want you guys to chime in. I have a question that I'm posing is, if you wanted to try or thinking about trying one thing new, what would you try and why? If you're thinking about trying anything new, what would it be and why do you want to try it? So if you can chime in, I'll give you a moment to chime in with that question. I see another comment that's coming in. You can take this one, Carmela.
Okay, Patrick is saying, to be refreshed, I examine why I do what I do and refine it, remove it, or revise it. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that this afternoon. So we are talking about spring. I see another comment coming in.
Chanel saying, spring reminds me of rejuvenation as nature is waking back up.
Yes, that's good. That's good. I like that because that is true. The grass goes to sleep, the leaves kind of fall off, and now they're all re-emerging. They're growing again. The grass is awakening. Those particular things that are in hibernation are now awakening to newness. And so when we think about that and we think about the discovery, we think about the reflection, even in Patrick's comments, we want to think about the areas in our lives that we can feel that we may have been in a place of stagnation, and now we're awakening and discovering and reflecting on and allowing ourselves to be introduced to something new. And so that's a time where we can kind of just sit down and kind of reflect on, okay, let me examine, kind of like the comment. I like the comment that Patrick said is the reflection of asking myself, where am I? And what's my headspace and what am I doing and how am I being? That is a good question. And so that's a question that we want to reflect upon during this springtime. It's a beautiful time to just sit and reflect and think about the discovery of the newness that we're embracing, the rejuvenation that came in the comments of things being rejuvenated, and just that part of self-discovery that we are also embracing upon. So you guys can go ahead and chime in and write your comments and your journal inserts and points that you may be writing now, or you just may want to go back to them as we embrace this new season. Because the thing is, Carmela, we want to maximize and get the best out of the season possible. And so in that, we're reflecting on just the new beginnings that's taking place, that are actually going forth. And so when I speak of new beginnings, and we talked about the reflection, but now I'm going to talk about new beginnings. I want to talk about new beginnings. What comes to mind for you, Carmela, when you think of a season of renewal or a season of new beginnings?
I love it because new beginning gives you a new slate. It gives you a new palette to work with something that you haven't worked with before, or say you want to do it again. And it's a good opportunity. I always look at it as a good opportunity to embark on something that I have not done before, or gives me new opportunity. It's freshness. You're fresh. Okay, you can start over, start new. Okay, what can I do? And so when you talk about new beginnings, that's always like an opportunity for us to advance, to just come back to the plate and start with a brand new, fresh canvas. What do we want to put on it? You know, what do we want to do? And so I love this when we talk about new beginnings. It gives us a chance to start again.
Right, that's very good. Like you said, it gives us a chance to actually start again.
To
And
start
so
again.
when we think about starting again, the question is if you are a plant, and this is something that I read, if you are a plant, what stage of growth do you feel you're in right now? If you were a plant, what stage of growth do you feel you're in right now? Are you in the beginning where you're just budding? Because one thing about plants and things that I know, having a green hand, is that there is certain seasons and zones and different things that particular plants come up at a particular time. Some are budding right now, and some are almost in full budding because they're a spring plant. They're just made for that particular season. So if you could be a plant, and just think about this. Where will you be as far as your budding? How do you feel about where you are? Is it just the beginning where you're breaking ground? Is it where you're almost in full blossom, or are you in the place of full blossom? What do you think about that, Carmela?
Nice. I like that. I like that question. I had to sit there and think, okay, where am I? I think if I'm in this new season of where I am, it could possibly be that I'm budding. There's more, the plant has emerged, but there's more sprouting on different. I'm thinking about the daffodil because I just bought some. And there are flowers that's already sprouting on there, but there are new leaves that are emerging too. And you can still see the bulbs on those. So I think that's where I'm at, still sprouting and learning new things and branching off and reaching for new heights. It still have more room to grow. And so I love that part of it. I think that's where I would be.
Yeah, I would say that it's for me, and you guys can go ahead and chime in as well. I would say that it's mine is like past the seed. It's like the budding forth. You can actually see the breaking forth, of where I'm going, and how I feel. And I'm speaking not just about your feeling, but also your mindset. How is
Right.
your mind budding forward? Where are you at in your thoughts and your mind about
Yes.
embracing the new season? And so I see some comments coming in. You can take these if you like, Carmela. All right.
We got a lot of good ones coming in. Okay, Patrick says he's going to do that's new, take up sewing again and design something. Ah,
Okay. All
good.
right. All right. That's good.
Patrick. And Monique, she says, I would like to learn pottery. I enjoy crafts and working with my hands.
All
Yeah, this is good.
right.
Good. Charlisa, you want me to read that one too, or you
Yeah,
got
you
it?
could. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Charlisa said, I would love to take guitar lessons. I've always envisioned myself playing electric guitar. All
All
right,
right,
Charlisa.
Charlie. That, you know what? That is something that I had started, and then when the COVID hit, it kind of, But I'm looking forward to doing that as well, Charlie. So we are
Yes.
on the same path. All right. Let's see. Monique says here. All the nutrients. Okay, I am in my sprouting stage, drinking in all the nutrients necessary to continue growing steadily. All
Yes.
right, thank you so much. All right, and our next comment says germination.
Mm-hmm.
Germination. Thank you so much, for sharing that. You're in a place of germination, and that's just a good thought-provoking question. Where am I and how am I? As far as in the different places of my growth in this new season. And so, even as we are, wait 1 second. I'm sorry, my screen went black. Excuse me, technical difficulty. Even as we are moving forward in the springtime and we're moving forward in different things, I want us also to reflect and bring our attention to nature. Mm-hmm. What are we seeing in the natural that is giving us that encouragement? It may be a budding of a tree or the flower on a tree or the budding of flowers. What are we seeing in the natural? And I want you guys to share and think about what you have seen or what you have embraced in the natural that has encouraged you. All right, I see a comment from Patrick. As a plant, I am a seed student buried in the soil of research, feeding the roots of my curiosity, hidden with no sun yet.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing that, Patrick. Thank you so much for sharing that. Go ahead, guys, and chime in with where you are. And I just want to add that part as we understand that first, we are in reflection. We are in a place where we're embracing something new. We're embracing the reflection of life. We're reflecting on our own self-discovery. And then also reflecting on what the new beginnings, where we are as a seed. Where are we and why are we, the place where we are, just like Patrick put in the comments of him being buried as a seed, and a student. And that's a great analogy. And so even what stage we are as a flower as well. And so I also want to talk about the reflecting on nature and new beginnings. The reflection on nature and new beginnings. Reflecting on nature. Exactly what are we seeing? Are you actually witnessing the blooming that's taking place and coming forth all around us? That gives us that excitement, that gives us that understanding that, yes, I am in a new season because I can even see it in the nature. And so the things that are blooming around me. So not only am I blooming, but those things that are around me are blooming as well. That's something great for the season of spring. Carmela, did you want to add something?
Mm-hmm. I was thinking when you asked that question earlier, you said, what is in nature that is like showing you that it is spring? And one of the things that jump out to me is the fact that the birds that are in my yard, they're singing. It's a totally different sound than, winter. They're totally different birds, I guess, but it's a new sound. And I love the fact that when spring turns around, I guess these dogwood trees that are on my street, they come to life and these birds start going there. And the sound is so different. It's a totally different sound. It's the sound of spring.
Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I see some comments coming in. A seed in darkness. All right. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for sharing that, Patrick. All right. And Chanel, I feel like a seeding developing her first true leaves and being established. That's good. Thank you so much for sharing that as well. And I have another comment if you want to take that.
Okay. In germination, seeds remain dormant, waiting for the conditions to be favorable: water, oxygen, and the right temperature, partnering with the movement of Holy Spirit. All right.
Thank you. All right. Thank you for sharing that. Absolutely. So I have a question for all of you out there. Let's do something fun. Let's do something fun. I want you to write down, as we're reflecting on the new beginning and reflecting on the springtime. Describe your ideal spring day. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? What's your ideal spring day? Again, what does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? And we're kind of doing this for just a reason, just to kind of provoke thought on a nice spring day in the natural, because in different seasons, this is a spring season. And so we want to embrace not just the personal growth, we also want to embrace the growth that's taking place around us, that it positively affects our growth as well. And so I just wanted to do that. You guys can go ahead and chime in. Charlisa says it's inspringing to see. It's motivating. It causes me to be in movement, to remain steadfast within my growth and ever evolving. All right. Thank you so much for sharing that. All right. So I want you guys to chime in. What is your perfect spring day? Carmela, you have any notes or anything for
Oh
your spring day? I'm
yeah,
excited.
absolutely. I had to write it down because I didn't want to miss anything. My ideal spring day is peace. Having a peaceful moment, listening to my favorite music by the water, fresh air, sun, a colorful palette around me, whatever that is. It could be trees, flowers, and just enjoying the outdoors. That
Mm.
is my is an ideal, or just enjoying the conversation outdoors. That to me is a really nice ideal spring day. Traveling to places I like to go.
All right, that sounds good. For me, what I thought about a nice picnic, and
Yeah.
like
Hmm.
plan a picnic, land my I love picnics, and so just having a picnic, having my tastery with me, my
Hmm.
water, having my refreshing water, my lemon water, having a book, of
Yeah.
course, listening to music or listening to the sounds around me, listening to what's going on around me, and embracing the current moment. Sometimes we just have to embrace the moment and the beauty of the moment. And so it's just the little things like that that will make a perfect day, perfect spring day for me would be sitting, would be listening to the sounds. For me, it would bring a feeling of peace and of love and calm. And so that would be a perfect spring day for me. Of course, the sun would be shining, and I will be
Hmm.
taking in all of that good positive thoughts and reinforcement.
Yes.
Looks like we have some comments coming in. All right, you can take that one.
All right. I'm loving this already. Patrick is saying in 68 to 70-degree weather on a balcony. Feels like sleep sounds, like sleep looks, like my eyelids. We see what you
All
tell.
right. Thank you
We
so
talking about
much for sharing, Patrick.
sleeping on the
All right.
balcony.
Monique says a sunny day with birds chirping, a gentle breeze off
Yeah.
the water, and blooming
Hmm.
flowers all around me. All right.
Love it.
All right. You can take that one, Carmela. Next comment.
Allure me. She's saying, seeing the sun shine brightly, feeling the wind blow, hearing birds chirp, smelling blooming roses as I walk and reflect is my perfect spring day. Love that.
All right. And the next
Mm,
comment.
okay,
Oh,
Miss
I'm sorry. Let
Anita.
me do.
Oh, oh, Charlisa.
Oh, yes.
Okay,
Did we do?
Charlisa, her spring
Mhm.
day is near the water, out with nature, seeing the beauty of my surroundings, enjoying a great read, sipping on sweet tea, and breeze with big smile. Look like, was that smiles?
Yeah, I think it
Okay.
is. All right. Thank you so much for sharing. Miss Anita says, my ideal spring day is going to a beautiful park with a walking trail around a lake, seeing the blooming flowers and listening to the birds. All right.
Yes.
Chanel says, spring day, warm, soft breeze, and a clear blue sky. Yes, I love it. I
Yes.
love these comments. All right. Kimberly says, feeling the breeze and sunlight, smelling the air, hearing the birds chirping, seeing the birds, flowers, and bees. This is
Please.
absolutely great. Oh, Charlisa says it was a sun hat.
Go ahead.
All right, a sun hat. That's fun. So all of these great things that we can embrace during the season. It
Yes.
seems simple, but it means so much.
Yes.
It
Yes.
means so much when we just are able to embrace those particular things. And here it says the best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. And sometimes just the feeling of the heart, even if it's not touched, it's just really great as we embrace this time of spring. So even in this time of spring, I want to talk about also our goals. What are our personal growth and goals that we're expecting in the spring? What goals do you have for this spring, and how do they reflect your personal growth? And so that's a good journaling question that you can write down and continue to write and add to. So the question is, as we're talking about personal growth, what are your goals for this spring, and how do they reflect your personal growth? All right. All right. So that is one of our questions there that we would love for you to have as your journaling insert is how are you, what are your goals for spring, and how do they reflect your personal growth? Carmela, did you want to add anything to that?
I think that this is a great opportunity, just like did a mid check last summer on mid year growth, and now that we're at a place of new beginnings, this is a great opportunity to start writing down goals again, and it's a new slate. So I like that. I like the fact that this is a good time to revisit them and
Yes.
brush them off. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. For me, the goals that I'm setting, the growth that I'm expecting to receive for my personal growth, for me, I want it to be able to be something that I can take to, the next season as I grow. A personal growth would be, with my job or current projects that I'm working on, some goals and things that I'm looking forward to in this particular springtime that would cultivate and bring the personal growth that I need to actually continue on in my blooming and processing. So just wanted to add that question. Make sure that you put it in as a journal insert in your tea time journals about what are your goals for spring and how do they reflect your personal growth. All right. So also, I did see someone that I think it was Charlisa that put in something about the guitar. And even though that is a goal, and so go ahead and share some of your goals again for the springtime. Describe a hobby or something. I think Patrick said something about designing and sewing and things of that nature. We know Patrick is fashionable, so I know that he will enjoy the opportunity to take that time to do something new, create a new design, and be intentional about it and stick with it. And so that's what I'm working on, Carmela, starting and sticking with the hobby or personal goals. And
Right.
sometimes that brings that good balance. It brings that fulfillment to see that I've created something, I've learned something new. So we just want to embrace this springtime and understand that we are moving forth in a great place. So we talked about during our tea time, we talked about right now just what reflecting on the new beginnings and reflecting on what we see around us as far as nature, also our personal growth and our goals and what we're having. Also, just reflection and self-discovery of where I am and how I can gauge where I am in a particular season as well. And so, Carmela, did you want to add anything?
Oh no, I'm absorbing what you
Okay.
just said. I
Okay.
am absorbing. I think, like I said earlier, I think this is a good season for us to reflect and to start looking at where we're going. And self discovery, I believe, is a place that we can start learning new things and sharpening where we are. We start learning some things that we didn't know about ourselves.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
some good
And
things.
so even in this season, and I know you can appreciate this because you encompass gratitude and you push that out during our Thanksgiving times of the year. And so we want to add gratitude to this season.
That's
We
right.
want to add gratitude and joy. So in that gratitude and joy, and I want you to use this as a journal insert, list just maybe a few things that bring you joy in spring. What brings you joy in spring? And also, what about just a recent moment or something that happened that made you embrace being having a joyful gratitude moment? And I'll share my gratitude moment is that spring is here. I am not a winter person, and I say that repeatedly, but I have gratitude for seeing flowers bloom. I have gratitude for seeing grass. I have gratitude just for the air that may blow, that cool breeze that may excuse me. That is my moments of gratitude. What are some of your moments of gratitude, Carmela, in this in
Mm.
spring season?
Oh, there's so many things. I can tell you that one of the things that brings me joy right now is the fact that I can go out on the porch and get those bulbs, those flower bulbs, and start putting them in new pots and just taking my hands and feeling the soil and being in the sun, and all of that brings me joy. Just being outdoors and being a part of cultivation.
That's right.
That's enough for me to be grateful about right there.
That's it. That's really good. And just even just want to ask us this question as we are in a new season. Um, what aspects, regarding our lives are we currently feeling most appreciative of right now? What are we having gratitude at this moment? What is it that you are feeling most appreciative of? I know that sometimes we can be in a place of germination or a place where we're just sprouting or beginning to sprout. But even in that, what gratitude do you have towards that in your current place, in your current mindset? Carmela, did you want to share?
Well, I'm glad that when we talk about gratitude, I'm thankful that the season that I'm in, that I have the opportunity and I have open, I could say I can make some opportunities for me to learn some new things. And that means branch off with new classes, branching out with learning some new things, spending some time cultivating even friendships, or taking the time to learn about others and what I can do to help other people. I think that this is a great opportunity for me to learn with the age that I'm at, the stage that I'm at in my life. So I look at it like that, spending more time with family, doing a lot of these things. I believe when you said mindset and where we are, I think for me is my station in life. Where am I in my life? And what can I be grateful even in that part of my life? And so I like that. Career, all of these things. I think this is a great time to kind of go back and take stock on that. That's personal, from on a personal note.
Yes, absolutely. And so we want to also, as we're talking about just being in a place of gratitude, we also want to continue to reflect on certain routines that will continue to cultivate our health and our well-being as
Yeah.
well. And so those things that we want to continue to implement in this particular time, in this particular season. So we're talking about gratitude. What are we thankful for? Gratitude and joy. Then there's also our health and well-being. And so we want to take time to reflect on these particular things and take time to journal about them. And you don't have to be in a rush to do these things. These are things, again, like I said, this is more of a journaling promptings for you to journal and continue on as you're going through your week or going through the springtime of the season, where you can go back and reflect, and you can go back and just kind of go back to these journal inserts so that you would get a greater understanding and add to what you are wanting to do as far as your goals. I'm excited about spring.
Okay.
I'm
I like
excited
that.
about everything that takes place during the spring. And so we want to start our tea time this week, this Tuesday, because it is the first day of spring, with encouraging all of you to embrace this season of spring in the place of growth, the place of reflection, the place of well being and health, cultivating your relationships, trying something new. This is a time of renewal for
Yeah.
you and a time of renewal for all of us. And so I just wanted to share, just to encourage you today, just to do things at your own pace. Life's not a race. And I'm
Oh,
sorry, my graphic is not bigger, but do things at your own pace. Life's not a race.
I
And so
like
I want
that.
you to embrace that, that there, because when we live in a time, in a society where everything seems to be rushed, I tell
Mm-hmm.
you, you go in the store and they have out what it was Valentine's Day, and
Easter now.
it wasn't even the end of Valentine's Day, or it
Yeah.
hadn't even come. It's already Easter stuff sitting out,
Mm-hmm.
already moving quickly, where you can't embrace that particular time and season. So, as we know, Tea Time Tuesday is all about pausing, resetting, and building resilience. And sometimes we need to pause and just smell the flowers, pause and
Yes.
take in the cool breeze, pause
Mm.
and take that wonderful walk. Pause if you're sitting on your porch and you're just feeling the wind blowing, or if you're taking a brisk walk in the park. Those things are important. And so, even in those things, we also want to be able to have a gratitude,
That's great.
growth, gratitude. We want to be able to grow. We want to have gratitude. We want to just move forward in understanding the season that we're in, and we don't have to be rushed. And so, here I have some comments that are coming in.
Fix this scar. Charlize is saying, I'm grateful for the new open doors. Yes. And the start again moments in life. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. Hashtag pause. All
Yes.
right. Pause. Thank you so much, Patrick. I appreciate that. We want
Yes.
to pause. Grace for the pace. Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing that. All right. Life is not a race. Absolutely. Thank you so much,
Mm-hmm.
Chanel, for chiming in with that. Life is not a race. And so,
Right.
here at Tea Time again, we're taking time to pause right now. We're
Yeah.
taking time to pause, to reset into what build resilience. And
Resilience.
so, before we go into our announcements for today and close out tea time, I just want to give the opportunity for us to be able to embrace the new time. Happy first day of spring,
Woo.
embracing this new spring season. And also, just going to take a moment, just a moment, because we're going to pause again. Even though we paused in the beginning with locate yourself, let's pause and reflect on what we've received this afternoon from our tea time practices. So we're going to take a time to just pause and just locate ourselves, just a moment, and just think about what your spring or what this season is going to look like for you. All right. I felt it necessary for us to do that because we are in a new season. Life is not a race. Do
Yeah.
things at your own pace, no matter what's going on around us. We need to embrace the little things, the small things, the flowers that are growing, the plants that are emerging. We are emerging. And so we want to be able to have the opportunity to embrace our emerging in this season. All right. I see a comment coming in. Growth attitude.
Yes.
Yes. Slow and steady. Hello there, Dr. Paul Brown. Slow and steady. All right. Miss Anita says, thank you for that. Absolutely. Slow and steady. I just want to leave you with just a word of encouragement. Again, in a world where everything is rushed, everything has to be fast, everything has to be quick. Sometimes in those quickness and in those fast moments, we can really miss the little things. We can miss the
Yeah.
small things that we need to pay attention to. And so we want to just take that time again during this tea time to embrace your spring season and all the growth and everything that's going to take place in your life. That we're not going to be so quick, but we're going to embrace the cool wind. We're going to take that walk. We're going to take our time with ourselves and show ourselves grace as well. All right. I see some comments coming in. All right. Emergence. All right. Go ahead and hashtag that as well. All right. Yes, thank you so much, Monique. New Spring blog alert. Absolutely. We'll have that up for you guys today as well. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn announcements over to you, Carmela. Any kind of announcements that we have, and we'll move forward and close out our tea time.
All right, here's some information for you on how you can also support the Renewal Center. We're so excited that we're bringing Tea Time Tuesday to everyone. We have some general announcements, and then we'll share how you can actually be a part of sharing into what the Renewal Center is doing. So we'll wait for the announcements to pull up, and then I'm going to go ahead and start sharing some of it with you. We are in our giving, initiative. It is our spring giving initiative. And if you have been liking what you've seen here at the Renewal Center, what we do on Tea Time Tuesday, and if you are even a part of some of the other things that we're doing with the Renewal Center, this is a great time for you to get involved by giving. If you'd like to donate to the Renewal Center, you can do that on our website. Right there, it says on the screen, www.therenewalcenters.com/give. If you prefer to text to give, you can do that at 888-364-4483. If you're used to paying during PayPal, Zelle, or Cash App, these are some of the many ways you can do it right there on the screen. Venmo is available. And then if you are writing checks, you'd like to mail a check, you can do that at P.O. Box 1381, Concord, North Carolina 28026. We're in the middle of our spring giving initiative. Why not jump in as we're blooming with supporting the Renewal Center? This is a great time to do so. And then also you can download the mobile app to find out more information as well if you want to go ahead and give that way. So you can also give on our mobile app.
All right. Thank you so much. Also, we have another announcement. We're going to put that up for you, Carmela, as well.
Okay. Our fifth prophetic gathering will be April the 12th to the 13th. That's coming up soon, and it's going to be in Atlanta, Georgia this year. We're continuing in with a decade of declaration and demonstration. Our theme this year is Inform, Transform, and Reform. And so we want you to get involved. We want you to join us in Atlanta. And registration is open. It is $99, and you can go ahead and register at that link that is on the screen right there. This information will be provided on our Facebook page and all of our social media outlets. We still have time. Go ahead and reserve your seat. We have a plethora of speakers that are coming again this year to just really impart insight to each and every person that is in attendance. So we're looking forward to it. Come join us. Fifth Prophetic Gathering, April 12th to the 13th. We'd love to see you come and join with us.
All right. All right. So that will conclude our announcements. This is our Giving Tuesday as well. We showed you our spring. That'll be our initiative for the spring season. So if you want to go ahead and join us in Giving Tuesday, please, by all means, you can. We invite you to give. We are now the first day of spring, and we're in the season of renewal. We invite you again to join us in Giving Tuesdays. We do this every Tuesday. We invite you to join us and partner with the Renewal Center, the mission and vision as well. All right. So is there any? I see some more comments that have come in. Mm-hmm. All right. All right. Thank you for Thank you for supporting the Renewal Center. There it is right there. We thank you in advance for your support of the Renewal Center. Takeaway. All right. Embrace the ever-evolving surroundings to see the beauty. Take hold of the new as we emerge into being, but at your own pace, for life is not a race.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for your feedback. If anybody else, before we close out, if you want to add your takeaway for our tea time this afternoon. And remember, most of this is for our own growth, and journaling is a great way to grow, a great way to grow, go back and reflect, and add to as well. So I invite you to go ahead and document in your journals as well. Is there any closing comments that you have, Carmela?
Okay, I wanted to make sure I didn't get any telephone background noises, but this has been really great. This is a great segue into spring and just renewal and growth and all of these new things, especially our renewal practice today in our journal. So I'm excited about it and thinking about gratitude, joy, and self discovery. This is a great time to look at our personal growth. Thank you.
Yes, it is. I've had an enjoyable time. I'm going to
Mhm.
enjoy this tea time. I see a comment that's coming in. All right. All right. Monique says, thank you for reminding me of the importance of renewal and embracing the spring season. Thank you so much for your comment. Dr. Paul says, thank you for today's tea time. Thank you
Right.
so much for joining, Dr. Paul. I'm just great and excited to be here with all of you. Again, we want to say to you, happy spring. Have a wonderful spring. We're going to leave you with some of our other announcements. But until we meet again, remember that I am renewal and take care of each other.